Hey friends, we're Clifton and Lee. Welcome to our third video in our Italian series.
We're exploring Italy for 2 weeks by campervan, trying to visit the famous sites and get a taste of the real Italy.
We've just spent the night at the Saturnia hot springs, and today we make our way towards Civita di Bagnoregio, where my ancestors' origin story begins, and then on to Rome.
So far we've had some very close calls when it comes to roads too narrow for our van to get through. Let's see if we have better luck today. You can barely see anything. The sun is going through the mist, the steam. Good morning, everyone.
Ciao amici.
It is now 9:20 on day
5 of the Italian adventure.
We are going to be leaving Saturnia today and we're going to head into
Civita di Bagnoregio.
and we're going around a large lake, lake, to get there.
Water body of yes, should be very pretty.
Time to hit the road.
Yeah, let's go friends. Another sunny day.
Hey friends, we're now on our way to the so-called dead city.
Civita di Bagnoregio.
That one.
Yeah. We're going there because that's where my grandmother's family's from.
Her recent ancestors.
Yes, 2 generations back.
Yes, and it's going to be an hour and 13 minutes. We should arrive in time for lunch.
Yay! Keep watching, friends. Road looks good.
We were
so
supposed
far.
to turn left there.
Oh dear. Campervan. Ciao.
Don't turn here.
No. Yeah. Nice tractor in the middle of town. That is quite something. Ethan?
Now that's a smart car to have in this town.
Yes, very smart car to have in this town.
Hey Vince,
Ethan?
we are on our way down to the lake, and there's wait, yeah, the lake over there. This town, beautiful town. Really?
Oh my.
Pleasant moments, my arse. But look up ahead. How are we going to navigate this? That was ridiculous. Google is crazy. The problem is, there's no way to tell Google Maps, look, whatever route you take me on, I'm driving a bloody mountain here. It's about this time that we realized Google Maps wasn't necessarily the answer for us. Sure, it shows you the quickest route, but it doesn't take your vehicle size into account. We had to find a different app. We had to do some research, and we did find a new app specifically centered around motorhomes. Yay!
Bagnoregio. Now, find the parpin and the footbridge to the Dead City part. Auto school, driving school. Imagine learning to drive on these roads. Conrad, we know.
Hey Finn, so we're here, we've arrived at
Bagnoregio.
Bagnoregio. Okay, so the whole thing is, right, so this is the business, the living, the area where there's actually people that live, and the shops and everything. And this bit over here is the old dead city where nobody lives, and the only way to get there is a walk bridge. That's the whole attraction, apparently.
Yes, and it is an attraction because we've just seen a tour bus full of tourists arrive, so they're here to do the same thing as us, so we're not alone. Cars going past, having a look at all the cute little restaurants, and trying to find Hubcap, who has gone missing. Let's see, could he be down there? No. Where is he?
I lost you.
I lost you.
I found a lovely restaurant.
We are here, Binghead. Wow,
So some of those
jam-packed.
dishes look fantastic.
Oh my. See that? What's down there? Let's go see. Look at that view. Cat on the door, calling all cats. At that.
Sure. It looks like a touristy town, but clearly not today.
No.
Or in November. It's in the middle of the week, midday, Wednesday. And it's deserted. All these shops are closed. There are a handful of restaurants that we found. And there are buses of tourists going through.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Nice me.
We've stopped at a fine restaurant and we are having some gnocchi, bolognese, and
Something with salsiccia. That was their plate of the day, and we are always having what the special is of the day, so buon appetito.
buon appetito.
Proof that it's not illegal to order a cappuccino after lunch. In fact, the American tourist at the table next to us was delighted to notice this and promptly ordered one for himself.
That's our objective, that's our goal. So that is the, what is it called?
Civita di Bagnoregio, the old dead city, and that's the only way to get to it across that footbridge.
I foresee a lot of steps in our future.
Yep. Here we go.
Yeah.
Look how nice this little area is first with the little flag.
Yeah, not only that, but we're not going to be able to distinguish the difference between the dead city and the supposed living city, which was deserted.
Oh dear. It wasn't that deserted. There was a bus of tourists.
It was deserted. There was no one there.
Still beautiful, huh? Look at that.
Off we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Foiled again. $3.50, huh?
Yeah.
Day 5. Day 5 in Italy, and only now having our first gelato.
Grazie. Prego.
Yip. But now we have to pay.
Got your gelato?
Got my gelato, and now the great restaurant critic that I am, we're going to sample it, and yes, we are going to judge it. You didn't get yourself one?
No.
That's a pity.
I'll swear. I'm saving myself.
This is fantastic.
Good. You got the flavor? Civita. And I think that's a special mix just for the city. And it looks like it's got everything in there, from caramel to crunchy things to nuts to chocolate. Wow.
Because I'm such a nice husband, I'm going to let her lick my ice cream.
OMG. That is ridiculous.
This is going to go on for some time. And so we continue. Okay, well, I've surrendered custody of the ice cream to my wife. We're going to continue walking. She's going to look after it for me.
It is very important. I would recommend this if you're doing this walk. This is important. And it was only $3.50. Not bad.
And with any luck, that ice cream will still be around when we finish this walk. So this is as far as you can get without a ticket. And the ticket costs €5 each for us to continue any further.
Yeah, and we are quite tired from our trot just to get here, so we're going to call it at this point and continue with our road trip.
Because we need to get to Rome before dark.
Yeah, and that is at 5 and it's about 2 hours away, and it is
We're not going to get to Rome before dark.
3 o'clock, so we'll munch our ice cream very quickly, we being you. 3 o'clock, proof.
And that's a sign that we need to be on our way.
Yeah, midlife out.
Almost back at our van.
Ooh, almost.
Would you believe it's day 5 in Italy and I haven't yet seen a single Ferrari? Weird.
Porsche?
No.
What else is very Italian? Bugatti?
I saw an Alfa Romeo that just went past.
Yeah, and quite a few Fiats.
Quite a few Fiats.
We're a Fiat, so that doesn't count.
Yeah. Anyways, onwards to Rome, but it is now 15:20 in the afternoon. We'll see how far we get.
Yeah. Here we go, friends. On the road to Rome with us.
All roads.
Lead to Rome. Do they though?
Sometimes it's Rome, sometimes it's Niederberg. Hey Vince. It is now...
Where am I?
You're over there. It's now 5 minutes past 7. We have just made it into Rome. And my goodness, I'm never going to complain about Cape Town's traffic ever again.
Ever.
It's an absolute nightmare. Take New York, cross it with
India.
the capital city in India. That's Rome.
The navigation system told us it would be just over an hour to get here from where we had lunch in Bagnoregio. It's taken us almost 4, 3 and a bit, and now we're waiting for our campsite host to come let us in. We are paying for a night to stay here without electricity because everyone says this is one place where you should have that extra level of safety, so we'll take it. And then we're gonna go see the sights just now, so you'll see more of what we've seen very soon.
Yeah, so while we're waiting for this lady, we phone her. I will see you in an hour. I mean, shame. I mean, it is 7 o'clock maybe that she's eating dinner or something. But
and also, having just seen that traffic, she could be 5 minutes down the road, but that's how long it takes to get here.
But in the meantime, we've made a cup of coffee. We're going to have that, and then we're going to go for a night on the town. We're only here one night. We're in Rome
For
one night.
Yeah, see how much we can see in that time.
And we're going to jump on a bus and go and lay our eyes upon the Colosseum.
And whatever else is.
And lay our tongues upon some decent food.
Like gelato.
Like gelato.
Yes.
And then we're up and early out of the city. Mm-hmm. Hopefully before rush hour. On our way to...
Pompeii
and Mount Vesuvius.
Yeah.
So here we are in the street. We've dropped off our camper at the campervan place, and now it is what time is it?
10 to 8, I don't know.
10 to 8. It's 8 o'clock or so, and we're going to try and make our way to the Colosseum.
At least, yeah.
Because we only have tonight, as I explained before. And we just missed the bus, and this entire street is made up of bricks, not tar. It's like a cobble street. And it's
not too short of notes.
Yeah. Hey friends.
Okay.
We are walking on this main street that Google says the Colosseum is on the end of.
We think we see it.
And we think we see... Oh, I think we see it.
Yeah.
That's it. We
Pretty
think
sure.
we see the Colosseum. And police cars.
Look, isn't that it?
Isn't it?
Isn't it?
Looks like it to me. Let's go look. We're here.
We are. So are you. Look at that.
Maybe at night, but we're here.
Yeah, and it's lit up.
And we're going to do a full walk around 360-degree thing.
All around.
And while we're doing that, we're going to look at some food. Because some things are more important in life. And that is food. It's just the Colosseum. No biggie. We are this close. There it is, to the Colosseum. Come, let's go touch it.
Ooh. Ancient history right there.
It feels old.
It does.
There we go. And we do find ourselves on the street full of restaurants. Trying to find something to eat.
Yeah.
The Colosseum being right there. I'm guessing that the closer we are to the Colosseum, the more expensive the prices are. We're at the Food Museum in Rome, and we've chosen this place because it's empty, which is usually a red flag, but there's no cover charge. At most of the restaurants here in Rome, they charge you €2 just for being there. On the plus side, there's no tipping. So if you're a big eater or a larger party, then you win, because it's going to be €2 cover charge per person, I might add. Either way, but there we are.
Here we have one of the specialties of Rome, supli, which is a rice ball type of food. So we're going to be civilized and use our knife and fork. Get into it. That steamy, cheesy rice ball-y. Nicely. And you are, of course,
steamy.
also having a bite of this.
Oh, am I no?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Nice. Cheesy rice.
I have ordered a carbonara.
Roma, heading towards Napoli and seeing very interesting things on the side of the road, but we're not stopping.
Hey friends, we've just left Rome. Rome was a nightmare, and it's going to be good to be out in the country again, in the open road. And we're heading for Napoli, 2.5 hour drive, which for us means 3.5 hours.
Maybe 5.
Maybe 5.
Then we're at the service station. We have pulled in to empty our grey water, which just drains out below. You open the hatch and away it goes.
Espresso.
Con bar. Out of that mountain. Due to the vibes. King Kong. Events,
We're stuck.
we're at the toll machine. Here's what we do. Open the window. Insert the card that we got
Shush.
onto the thing.
16.
Wow, okay, done.
There we go.
Tap to pay. Easy peasy. Wait for the boom to raise. There we go.
Arrivederci.
Easy peasy.
This was unfortunately the closest we could get to Mount Vesuvius.
We did try to turn off the freeway and explore Napoli, but the city is not very campervan friendly at all.
We almost got stuck a few times in the narrow streets and low bridges before we managed to get back onto the highway. So we're continuing on to Salerno, or just before Salerno. We tried to go visit the coast, and we almost got stuck, and the roads were too tiny, and I shit myself, and I think that'll be our first YouTube beep. And we decided, let's leave it. We'll be able to swim in the Mediterranean on the other side when we get there, and we're heading towards our camp spot, which is apparently a free municipal camping spot. We'll see when we get there.
See when we get there. Here's the road. Ciao amici.
Hey Finn, that was day 5 or 6?
6.
Day 6, and we've just arrived at our parking spot just before Salerno, and it's been a very stressful day.
Yeah.
And my goodness. So most of the parking spots, the paid ones where it's secure and you can hook up your camper to power and things like that, they range from 20 to 40 mostly euros. We've gone for a couple of those, and that's actually very expensive.
Yeah.
And we can't afford that. But this one is a free one. They call it a municipal one. We've just arrived. Look how nice that is. Ignore the vacuum cleaner in the background. But yeah, it's nice trees, there's no power, and there's no real security. But what I like is that there's other campers here. That's what's important. I do not want to find the unofficial parking spot with no other campers. That's just asking for trouble, in my opinion. It might just be the South African in me. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful surroundings. And what's nice is we can now leave the camper here and go trotting off for a spot
of lunch, late lunch. It's 2 p.m. and lunch is usually until around 3 here, then everything closes until dinner, so we need to get cracking.
So we did drive pretty much past Napoli, but the goal was to have Napolitana pizza.
I'm sure it'll still be, this is not that far out.
It's not that far out,
yeah.
So that's what the goal now is.
Yeah.
But your camera is running out of battery, so we're going to transfer you to the GoPro. No?
5 minuti dopo.
So according to Google Maps, there's a top-rated pizzeria around here somewhere that we're looking for.
Very much looking.
I'm pleased to say that we're no longer in a touristy area. And it's fascinating to see how these people live.
Yeah.
Pretty,
Washing on the line.
and pretty much on top of each other.
Yeah.
So it turns out that 90% of the restaurants around here open between 6 and 7.
No lunch.
No lunch. So we're going to go and make our burgers for lunch and then come out again for dinners. Another thing about this village is everywhere else most of the people will have some basic grip of English, but this village, we're so deep into one of Italy's deepest crevices that no one here speaks English, so proving a bit of a...
No, they know enough to say no if you ask.
Because I asked them in Italian, can you speak English? No.
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 4 ore dopo.
It is now after 6, and we are going to try and get to our pizza. And the streets at night are a lot more alive than they were earlier on.
Yeah.
So this is the same square that we were in earlier on, and it's a completely different square. Look at all the activity. All the shops that were closed at midday are now open after 6.
Yeah. Close to 7.
This town works backwards. Found it's basically on tables here, so we're gonna have a seat. We're finally seated. I've ordered a pepperoni, and we have ordered a 4 stagioni, which has got pomodoro, mozzarella, cotto, carcofi, funghi, and salsiccia. Shall see when it arrives.
Eep. I'm here to eep.
Just in case you thought I lost it on the way.
You could have lost.
There's another free municipal parking space for us. Across the boot to the eastern side of Italy. Do it yourself, laundromat. Arrivederci.